Hi, I'm Sam, and welcome to the Woodwork Experience. Anyway, we're talking research of technologies, so let's get back there and let's get into it. The very first step you're going to need to do is to open up your folio folder. Move down to 00 template and open that file. Once that is opened, move up to File, go to Save a Copy, and save it as 11 Research of Technologies. It is now time to change the title to Research of Technologies. After completing that, please go up to Insert, go down to Insert a Table, and create one which is 3 columns wide by 2 rows deep. Click beside the major heading and press Enter on your keyboard. Write the subheading Workshop Technologies: laser cutter. Select the minor heading and the table and set the text to size 12 Calibri font, ensuring that the text is both bolded and black in color. It is time to add the headings to the table. This is what the table should look like once it's complete. I would recommend that you pause the video here, copy down the headings within the table, and only continue it when you have caught up. This is what the table should look like when it's completed. Now, you will notice that I've actually added 4 tables. This is because the technology section can be broken down into 4 subcategories. The first is workshop technologies. The second is communicative technologies. The third, computer-aided design technologies. And the fourth is video processing technologies. This time we're not going to spend too much time going over the headings in the table, as common uses, positives and negatives are all pretty self-explanatory. But I would like to talk about suitability and uses on project, especially when considering workshop technologies. Under suitability, it's very important that you understand that although something may be suitable, you may not have access to it or the funds to utilize that. And as long as you document that, you cannot be marked down for that. For example, I've said that a laser cutter, it could be suitable on my project. However, it would have to be only used on a small section as outsourcing is expensive. And this is because in the negatives, I've stated that my school does not actually have a laser cutter. Now, for users on project, I've said potentially it could be used in a drawer to engrave my logo. You could use a burner and then state that you would have preferred to use a laser cutter. However, due to cost and the fact that your school did not have one, you could not get access to it. Now, if your school does not have access to certain technologies, you cannot be marked down for that. It does fall under range of skills, and so if your school doesn't have a laser cutter, CNC router, or 3D printer, there's no worries. You just need to show a range of skills in different areas. The following are some examples of technologies which could be used in the various subcategories. For example, workshop technologies. It'd be useful to research a laser cutter, CNC router, and a 3D printer. Now, you may not 3D print a part for your project, but 3D printers can be very handy for the modeling and prototyping of your product. Under communicative technologies, I'd personally recommend using the Microsoft Suite. However, there's nothing wrong with Pages if you're a Mac user or Google Docs. If it was me, I personally would research Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Excel. Now, the reason I research Microsoft Excel is because it is very handy in the creation of your time action plan and of course your finance plan. When it comes to computer-aided design technologies, there are too many to speak of, but I'll mention my personal favorites, which include Fusion 360, Onshape, and Creo. Now, if I was going to recommend you learn one product, I would say Fusion 360. Why? Because like Onshape, it's free for educational use, but also because on YouTube, there's a guy named Kevin Kennedy who runs a channel called Product Design Online, and he does an incredible tutorial series called Fusion 360 in 30 days. Now, I'm not recommending that you do all 30 videos, maybe 8 or so, and that should give you a good enough understanding to create a good looking, attractive model with 3D rendering. Under video processing technologies, I'd consider using DaVinci Resolve, iMovie, Windows 10 free video editor, or potentially Premiere Pro. I use DaVinci Resolve because it was free and the learning curve was not that steep. Now, when we're talking filming, you may also want to look at some of the devices you're going to film on. Generally, smartphones are plenty good for this. In fact, A lot of vlog style content on YouTube is shot on iPhones or Androids. With filming, it's not about the quality of the camera, it's about the quality of the light. So you must have good bright light around you to ensure that your camera can soak in as much detail as possible. For this, I'm not recommending that you go out and buy light boxes as they tend to be pretty expensive, but you can pick up some ARC work lights from Bunnings. They come in at around $35, and I've seen other woodworking YouTubers use them and they get great results. Finally, don't forget sound. Sound quality is key in creating a good product. People don't mind watching video that's potentially worse quality as long as the sound is good. If sound is poor, it is grating. To do this, remember sharing is caring, so I'd head on over to the music department and see if they've got a microphone that you could potentially use. But if they don't, not all hope is lost. Ask around the class or ask your friends in the school and see if anyone's a gamer. If they're a gamer, they're probably going to have a dedicated microphone. If you sweet talk them, maybe buy them some stuff from the canteen, they might bring it in for a couple of days and allow you to plug it in and record your voiceovers for your video. If you are looking at buying a microphone, I can't recommend highly enough my Rode NT USB mic. It comes in at around $210 and it's small and compact, so it can be transported easily. But there are a number of options, including the Rode SmartLav Plus. Once again, very portable, and this one comes in at around $77. For the ongoing evaluation, it's important to break it up into its 4 categories. Our response may look something like this. After completing my research, I've determined that the workshop technology qualities I require include the removal of human error in the manufacturing process, repeatability, and it needs to be able to be outsourced locally as my school does not have any of the workshop technologies. Additionally, it must be affordable. Workshop technologies, which are still being considered, include a laser cutter and a CNC router for the project, as well as potentially using a 3D printer for the modeling section. If you do have any questions, queries, or concerns, please put them in the comment section below and I'll make sure to get back to you. Thanks for tuning in to the Woodwork Experience, and I'll see you in the next video.